Today on Rappler. Despite incidents of election-related violence, the Comelec says the 2023 barangay and SK elections were generally peaceful. Vice President Sara Duterte's satisfaction rating drops by double digits in an OCTA survey. Authorities raid an internet gaming license hub in Pasay City over alleged human trafficking. Filipinos stuck in the Gaza Strip say access to water is increasingly difficult. Friends star Matthew Perry dies at 54. Pop queen Taylor Swift breaks her own Spotify records with 1989 Taylor's version. And K-pop powerhouse 17 is the first K-pop act to speak at the UNESCO Youth Forum. The Commission on Elections says the 2023 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections remained generally peaceful despite some incidents of violence. Comelec Chairman George Garcia says compared to the number of voters in the country, which is at 92 million, the number of voters affected by the incidents of violence, quote, seems like a small percentage. As of Monday morning, 29 incidents of election-related violence were confirmed, while 65 were listed as suspected. In Puerto Princesa City in Palawan, a man was arrested for tearing apart over 300 unused ballots. Meantime, in Maguindanao del Norte, 2 people were killed following a shooting incident in Barangay Bugawas, Datu Odin, Sinsuat Town. Some voters in Barangay Carmen, Cagayan de Oro also allegedly received as much as 6,000 pesos from one of the groups competing for barangay council seats. Vice President Sara Duterte's satisfaction rating plunges by double digits in a survey by OCTA Research. 70% of Filipinos are still satisfied with her performance, but she bled 12 percentage points from the previous survey in July. She lost ground across all key geographic regions. Meantime, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s satisfaction rating drops by 6 percentage points from the second to the third quarter of 2023. Still, 65% of Filipinos are content with his performance. The survey was conducted from September 30 to October 4, days after the House of Representatives wrapped up its deliberations on the proposed 2024 budget. Hogging national headlines at the time were findings that Vice President Sara Duterte spent 125 million pesos in confidential funds in 2022 within 11 days, and lawmakers' decision to strip her offices of the secret funds. An interagency team led by the Justice Department raids an internet gaming license hub in Pasay City for alleged human trafficking on Friday, October 27. 731 Filipino and foreign Smart Web Training Corporation workers are held for questioning following the raid. DOJ Undersecretary Nicholas Felix T. says the search warrant covers alleged violations of the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act and expanded Anti-Trafficking Persons Act. The raiding team discovers a viewing chamber where women were allegedly trafficked and recovered. Authorities say most of the individuals in the building are Chinese, Vietnamese, and Filipinos. The Philippines regains contact with at least 87 Filipinos remaining in the Gaza Strip after internet and cellular lines were cut off ahead of Israel's intensified assault. Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Eduardo de Vega says at least 49 Filipinos living in Gaza have yet to be reached. The Philippine ambassador to Jordan, who also has jurisdiction over the state of Palestine, says, while the food supply for Filipinos in Gaza is sufficient, access to water is becoming increasingly difficult. Meantime, the Philippines abstains from a United Nations resolution calling for an immediate, durable, and sustainable humanitarian truce between Israel and Palestinian group Hamas. DFA Secretary Enrique Manalo defends the move, saying while the Philippines agrees with many parts of the resolution, there was no mention of the October 7 attack which killed 4 Filipinos. Matthew Perry, best known for his role as Chandler Bing in the hit TV comedy series Friends, dies on Saturday, October 28. He was 54. The Los Angeles Times says authorities responded to the actor's Los Angeles home at around 4 p.m. of Saturday, where Perry was discovered unresponsive in a hot tub. The report notes their sources shared that there was no sign of foul play. Perry rose to fame for playing Chandler for 10 seasons of Friends, which ran from 1994 to 2004. In 2022, Perry released his memoir Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing, where he opened up about his lifelong struggle with addiction. In a joint statement, Friends' principal creative team says Perry's passing seems impossible, but they, quote, feel blessed to have had him as part of our lives. Pop superstar Taylor Swift continues to smash records with 1989 Taylor's version. The much-awaited version of the 2014 album carried re-recordings of Taylor's hit songs including Blank Space, Style, and Wildest Dreams, as well as 5 new songs from the vault. Streaming platform Spotify announces that with Taylor's latest release, she has set 2 more records. The most streamed artist in a single day in Spotify history, with 1989 Taylor's version becoming Spotify's most streamed album in a single day in 2023 so far. Taylor has earlier said 1989 Taylor's version is her most favorite re-record. It's her 4th re-recorded studio album. Taylor began re-recording her old albums in 2020 as a way to regain ownership of the master recordings of her first 6 albums, following a rights dispute with her former label Big Machine and music executive Scooter Braun. K-pop boy group 17 makes history after being tapped to speak at the UNESCO Youth Forum in Paris, making them the first ever K-pop act set to appear at the forum. Pledis Entertainment announces the group will hold its own special hour-long session at the UNESCO headquarters in Paris, France on November 14. This includes a speech and a performance by its members. The 13th UNESCO Youth Forum's theme revolves around the social impact of climate change, the ecological damage it has caused, and how it could put the youth at risk. 17 is a 13-member K-pop boy group that debuted in May 2015 under Pledis Entertainment. Its hit songs include tracks like Hot, Manse, Don't Wanna Cry, and Aju Nice, among others. And that's today's wrap. I'm Nina Liu. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.